Hello, hello, my busy bees. I know you all have questions about tinctures, and I have some answers to those questions about tinctures. We're getting super sciencey. I'm picky when it comes to tinctures. Let's be real. I'm picky when it comes to anything. I personally love Care by Design. They're the only tinctures I trust. It's this 1-to-1 CBD to THC formula. Brilliant! I asked what you wanted to know, and you guys really came through with some serious questions. I had to do actual research. So the first question is from @stoneher_. If you have a high THC tolerance, are tinctures good to use, or do you not feel anything? So before I start, especially with this question, I do want to remind everyone that this is my personal experience and use with these tinctures, and it could be different for you. Slow and steady wins the race. Too many tinctures, you fall on your face, is what I always say. I always say that. I personally do have a pretty high THC tolerance, but I would say that these tinctures absolutely work, especially depending on your dosing and the amount that you take. You can't totally compare tolerance levels though with smoking and edibles and tinctures because they're absorbed differently in your body depending on how they're consumed. The major advantage of sublingual administration is that it gets absorbed into your sublingual artery. This allows it to reach your brain a lot faster than it would with a traditional edible. The tincture also doesn't come into contact with acids in your stomach. It totally eliminates the process of digestion. That can be destructive to the chemical makeup of the cannabis you just consumed. @NorB asks, what is the physical sensation? Does it burn? This particular tincture does not burn. It's one of the reasons why I love it. It's coconut oil based and infused with food grade terpenes. It has a raw terpy taste, if that makes sense. It's easily the best tasting tincture I've ever tried. After you shake the bottle and drop it under your tongue, wait 60 seconds. It just feels like you're holding a small spoonful of oil in your mouth. All right, next question. KNG4 asks, what are the ingredients in tinctures? Main ingredients, optional ingredients. My 1-to-1 tincture lists all the ingredients, which I love. You can also find out more on their website about what they put into their cannabis oil and how it's made, seed to sale. This one contains coconut oil, cannabis oil, and food grade terpenes. That's it. Other tinctures can include olive oil or alcohol, which I do not prefer. I really don't like the taste of olive oil with it, and I don't like the burning sensation that alcohol has. I also believe, but don't quote me, that California actually made it illegal to put alcohol in tinctures. But don't quote me. I'm not totally sure. But I feel like I read that somewhere. Do your research and let me know in the comments if I'm right. I really hope I'm right. Coconut oil is awesome because it's more easily absorbed and it also more evenly absorbs the cannabis compounds for easier dosing, especially with something like a 1-to-1 ratio where you have CBD and THC. This way the dosing is a little bit more accurate. Tinctures can also have food grade terpenes or cannabis derived terpenes. I've also seen some more homemade tinctures have like lavender or other essential oils, and it really has kind of like a nice scent and stuff, very relaxing. Okay, Tommy Bahamas 7 asks, what are they used for? I primarily use tinctures for sleep and pain management. It really helps with my cramps and eases my anxiety. It also helps me hit the pillow a little bit harder when I need that just extra boost to go to sleep. Another thing I really like using tinctures for is a non-smoking option of consuming THC and CBD. It's super discreet, it doesn't smell, it doesn't leave an odor. It just comes in this bottle and you can just throw it in your purse. Super easy to travel with. I really think this is one of my favorite non-smoking options. It's just such a great way to consume cannabis. Floria Moore 420 asked, does the bottle exposed to light affect the potency? If your tincture is exposed to too much heat and sunlight, it will degrade the potency of the tincture. This is definitely not something that you want to leave in your car. You want to make sure it's stored in a temperature-controlled room, not too much heat or sunlight. Try and find something that's a UV blocking or a UV resistant bottle, but even still, this is not something you want to leave out in the heat. You just won't feel the same effects from it that you would if you stored it properly. We have the last one from Mutal Delight. I think that's how I say that. Will you show us what you consider to be a full-size dropper? I feel like the levels are always different. Fucking same. Dosing is one of the biggest issues in cannabis right now. I love that Care by Design thought of that and put this little thing on the back, this chart on the back that shows how much is in it, how much each drop is, how much is in a dropper, what is a dropper. So this full dropper is 1 milliliter, and you can see the half milliliter mark. So this total whole dropper is 34 milligrams of CBD and THC combined, so 16 each. Wait, I didn't do that math right. 32. We're looking at 32. The number we were looking for was 32. Math, science. This is why I'm in marketing, guys. So this whole dropper is a full-size dropper, and I'll usually take 2 to 3 of these because I am looking for a much more potent experience for myself. But I really suggest that if you're new to tinctures, you just do like half of that or even a few drops to start out with. Each drop is 0.34 milligrams of THC and 0.34 milligrams of CBD. So it's a great place to start with microdosing or building on your tincture throughout the day. I highly recommend though that you are very conservative if you're first testing this out. Because remember, too many tinctures. It's not a sprint, guys. It's not a race. It's a marathon. Trust me. All right, guys, that's all I have on tinctures for right now, at least. Please leave some comments. If I'm right, wrong, I really hope I'm right about most of this. But I would love to hear your feedback and what you think, and if you've tried other tinctures that you really like, because I'm always open to new products. This is one I really trust and stick by. And if you are a consumer, you find your shit that you love and you stick by that, because it is a weird market out here, especially in LA. So thank you guys for joining. I love that you watch these videos. I definitely want to do more things like this where it's a little bit more educational. So please leave some comments about other items with tinctures that I might not have mentioned. I'd love for this to be like a little learning space for everyone. Thanks for joining, and stay tuned for another video.